Sure, my name's Pamela Valerie and I'm a campaigner on transparency and democracy for the Green Group in the European Parliament. I came here because I've been working on transparency and democracy issues for the past 5 or 6 years and actually have been wanting to come here pretty much since I started. I found quite inspiring the story of the journalist that we've just heard today and the way that he works despite all the troubles that he faces in Russia. I find the whole work of the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists extremely inspiring. I'm worried about press freedom in general, so it's good to have an organization like ICIJ that depends on donations but does a really good job anyway, or probably because of that, because they're not dependent on advertising or revenue from the state or anything like this. So another inspiring story was from Kobus of South Africa, and he was telling us all about how he had been there in the apartheid era and was an activist, had been in jail, and still kind of managed to battle through, and he was a really inspiring person. For me, the biggest takeaway will be the new contacts that I've made here. I've learned a lot also about the private sector, for example. So my whole professional life, I've worked either in an NGO or now in the European Parliament. So I'm not very familiar with the private sector, and learning a little bit about that was interesting in terms of the way that they frame the issue, the way that compliance officers kind of confront grey situations. So for me, that was a key takeaway for engaging more with the corporate sector when it comes to the fight against corruption.